Okay, we got a Q line chart up, so what the heck? Let's try something. Let's go into indicators, invite only scripts. Let's go into the Q zone or the Z box. For the Z box guys, you have the Z box indicator. Well, look at that. Now I've got my bands back and I can see where the market might have areas to be a buyer or seller, as I'm also paying attention to the Q zone trades. So just remember, these are your tools. You can do whatever the heck you want. So I'm going to slightly adjust the bands. So I'm going to go into the Q zone. I'm going to pretty things up the way I like them. The little arrows, I don't want to see those. Those are for internal use. The little bubbles on the top. I'm actually going to turn off all the candle coloring because I already have that being handled by the other indicator. So I've turned off all the candle coloring. I'm mainly just using this for the bands. And there we go. We're getting a level sweep of a prominent level, which I was kind of anticipating. I'm going to turn off the little reversal bubbles. I'm trying to minimize how much clutter is on my chart. Q-trend, bull, and bear flags, don't need those. Turn off the labels. I just want to see the bands. Let's go in here and see what they're set to. 55 is good. I'm on the NASDAQ, 4.7 up to 5 is pretty good. I think I'm going to make these slightly more responsive. I'll go to 50 and I'm going to widen them up just a bit. I'll go 5.0. I'll go up to 3.5 and I'll go up to 2.4. And then right here, I have Q trend reactivity. So to align it with the other one, I'd have to be at 0.4. So I can just have it laying right on top of the other one, or I could always go in and just turn it all off. The mid band is kind of confusing to see two of them. I'm going to turn that off. And again, it's just, hey, it's improvise, adapt, and overcome. Why doesn't TradingView make the slider bar more than 2 nanometers thick? Turn that off, and voila. I have Q zone bands, nothing else turned on, and I have the Q line indicator on top of it. And I could go in and play with shading, but so far this looks good. And there we go. We got a nice level sweep. We're outside of the bands. I can still see the Q line bands really good. If I wanted to brighten those up a bit, I could to make sure I don't like lose them in the matrix. So let's go over here. I can brighten those up a bit from a 15 to maybe a 30. The upper and lower bands, let's go up to a 30. And that should be good there. And I can see them more prominent. And look at that. No, I'm not going to make you a template. You got to do some work yourself. Let's terminate this. I like to keep tracking my levels throughout the day. Figured we'd get up here. We have another prominent level up here. I want to draw that in that the markets may be trying to go to. Okay, now I'm going to drag that way over. And there, I'm going to narrow it up just ever so slightly. So there's the next level of inventory. But at any point we get a reversal in here, you have an inventory or a level sweep that just took place. We've just swept 2 levels of inventory. So that's a given. We have a level sweep playing out. And there we go. Now I got my bands, whether you're using the Z-Box bands or the Q zone, you can do the exact same thing I just did. I got my Q line and I am good to go. So institutionals are in and running and gunning some levels today. They're having some fun. Powell's speaking. We have our more prominent areas much higher. This market's just trying to crawl back up on some semiconductor strength and a little institutional fun. They're trying to get this market higher before they turn around and sell into it again, which I'm sure they will. So there you go. Improvise, adapt, overcome. These are your tools. You can't break them. You can break your chart, but you can fix that up. So there you have it. There's combining bands, and you could even subdue the look of your Q zone or Z box bands if you wanted to, or change the width. But there you go. And I've had a few people like, well, how do I still see my bands? Hey, that's how you do it. It's really simple. You tinker around, you mess with settings, and you adjust, you get the visualization so that you always want to bias everything you're doing to visual efficiency. You have to be able to look at your chart and right away see stuff. Like right away, it makes sense what's happening. Oh, I got a level sweep. I'm outside of my primary bands. That's the probable area for reversal. So I've got a level sweep, and let's see if I get a Q line short. Then I have trade location. Maybe there's a little M pattern before it rolls over and gives you the signal. Then you'd have location. You've had a level sweep. Then you'd have a pattern. You have an M pattern roll over, and then you have the Q line signal. So just remember, just because I have my charts looking one way, you can do whatever you want with the charts and tools. Just make sure you understand the concepts and principles of all the training. So there you have it. Q line mixed with Q zone and Moneyball. Moneyball Q and Moneyball, the exact same indicator, just slightly different names. Z-Box crew, you're on Moneyball. Q zone crew, you're on Moneyball Q. Right after we get Moneyball dual over and Mike activates all Z-Box guys and all the Q zone guys on Moneyball dual, then we will go through and methodically turn on everybody's access that's a one-time pay or a monthly subscriber that's active. We're going to turn you on for all the Q zone tools. So if you want to stop using the Z-Box stuff, only if you want to, we're not forcing you, you can go on to all Q zone and not have to worry about activations and anything related to Z-Box stuff anymore through me. Mike will handle it from there, but that's totally up to you. The Z-Box tools will stay on as long as your subscription or one-time pay is active for. So we're not taking anything away. We're just giving you more options. And Mike has an area with a whole bunch of training. Please, if you're not in the Discord room, at least sign up and go in there. If you don't know how to sign up, I'll resend you the Discord room access email because I want to make sure you're missing out on a lot of content if you don't at least periodically go look at what's going on in the pro chat room for the Q Zone Z-Box traders. Okay, guys, there you have it. If you have any questions at any time, let me know. And Q Zone mixed with Q Line for the win.